Natalie from Light of Ascension Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is a root chakra clearing message, and we're looking at what needs to be cleared and healed with regard to your root chakra. We actually have a very supportive grand trine in Earth right now, astrology-wise, so I thought it would be a good time to focus on the root chakra. Also with this full moon in Aquarius, it's really like, you know, pinging, kind of pinging off the towers type of energy. Pinging off the tower card, like two tower cards pinging off of each other, like with the moon, how the moon also has a tower in it too, the moon card. So interesting analogy, but this full moon in Aquarius, it's really been a moon. As I saw in my email today, another astrologer had sent her email around and she was like, what a moon, what a full moon. And I put actually on my other channel, powermoontarot, I put a video on this full moon in Aquarius that happened today, Sunday, August 22nd, second full moon in Leo season. And it's 7 p.m. as I'm recording this video tonight, and we are already switched into Virgo season, and the moon has already left Aquarius and it's in Pisces. So a little bit of an energy shift and a welcomed energy shift. This morning was pretty intense from a full moon perspective. I went through the gamut of emotions. So we are going to go ahead and get into today's reading. And so for those of you that are familiar with psychology and Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how the base of the pyramid, and if you're not familiar with that, that's fine, but the base of the pyramid is basically root chakra issues, like our basic need for survival, like food and hunger and sex. And as you go up the pyramid, you get into like belonging, and then, you know, a sense of purpose and self-actualization is kind of at the top of the pyramid. And the whole hierarchy of needs is just saying until you kind of have like your base needs met for like food, shelter, water, clothing, sex, etc., that you can't really like move up the pyramid, or it's difficult to move up the pyramid until we feel safe and secure in our basic needs, okay? And to me, that's really like root chakra issues. So I have 4 piles to choose from for you today, and I have 4 different areas that I'm going to randomly shuffle out that are going to help guide us. And those 4 areas are money, sex, community and belonging, and food and daily habits. So those are the 4 areas that we're going to focus on. I mean, you could say community and belonging is more of like a sacral chakra issue and more like a second tier on the hierarchy of needs pyramid, but I think community and belonging is now become a part of our survival, because as a species, we are a communal species, and we do have that. And because of the pandemic, because of all the things that have been going on, like we're not, you know, we have less contact than ever with the outside world. A lot of us are like, you know, forced hermits after the last year and a half. So, but I mean, we all learned a great deal from that, but we all too, human beings, have a need to like find our tribe and be with like-minded souls and experience that joy of being together. Also experience that joy of being separate too, of course, but you know, we can't do it all in one day. Some days it's about togetherness, some days it's about separateness, okay? And let's go ahead and shuffle. I'm gonna randomly shuffle these 4 out to the different piles. Spirits, angels, and guides, please guide me and place the appropriate need on each pile, please. Please guide me, Spirit. Okay, that's what it wants. So we are going to, each pile is getting a shuffled Maslow's hierarchy of needs root chakra clearing message. And let's go ahead and get into the different piles so you can choose. Links to each pile will be in the description box, and of course you are free to watch more than one pile. So we have pile number 1 with the purple agate. If you're into this purple agate, you will choose pile number 1. If you're into the Sugilite Alien head, you will choose pile number 2. If you are into the Snakeskin Jasper, you will choose pile number 3. And if you are into the Bloodstone Pyramid, you will choose pile number 4. Okay, so that's pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. And links will be in the description box below. So take a deep breath, focus in on the different piles that you can see here. Which one is calling to you? Which crystal is calling to you? Which pile is calling to you? You know, sometimes it's a number, right? You can go, oh, it's like it flashes in your mind, or you hear it clairaudiently, like your guides tell you in a very soft voice, like, pick this one, you know? So there's a number of ways to kind of pick your pile. And if you're having an off day with intuition, which I think there's so much static electricity in the air with Uranus retrograde and the full moon in Aquarius, I know I felt a little bit off today. That's why I waited to do your guys' reading, because I was like, well, let me go to the gym, let me go for some walks and clear my head and then try to do a reading for you guys, okay? So we'll see how my intuition does with this full moon. I think it was kind of like zapping us all, you know? But I'm excited. I want to do the reading, and I wanted to do it tonight on the full moon. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to take a little drink of water. A big drink, I guess. I'm drinking these LaCroix limoncello sparkling waters. Oh my God, they're good. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just love LaCroix. It's amazing stuff. Okay, although sometimes it kind of makes you burp because it is sparkling carbonated water. So let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple agate. And today's reading is a root chakra clearing message. We're looking at, from a root chakra perspective, what needs healing. And each pile got a specific part of the root chakra that rules over, like, you know, security, basic survival life things. And we are going to go into that specific area, pile number 1 for you, okay? We'll probably branch into other areas too, but we'll definitely look at that. And the first card in your oracle decks here is this Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, which I'm going to be reading from the book just a little bit after we get into your reading. I felt drawn to that oracle deck, so let's channel it in. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect our energy to beautiful pile number 1 and let us focus on their beautiful daydream today and their root chakra clearing and healing. Okay, Spirit was showing me a dog, a very sweet, loving dog. I feel like he was like gray, or he has like a gray or white kind of fur color. Can dogs be? Yeah, dogs can be gray. I'm like, can dogs be gray? Yeah, they can. My dog has like tan colored hair for her breed, but interesting. I'm seeing like a very sweet old kind of like loving dog. Maybe some of you have a dog that passed, or have a dog that's very loving, but I am getting that energy. It's that loyalty energy, right? And we do need that in our lives. Like, you know, dogs should probably be included in root chakra, Maslow's hierarchy of needs in this lifetime, okay? Pile number 1, let's go ahead and beloved pets, right? Let's go ahead and get into and see what is your message, pile number 1. Ooh, nice. Okay, you starting off strong, and it came out backwards, so that's interesting. It came out upside down, but your message is sex, okay? And speaking of dogs, you know, dogs are very loyal partners, right? So very loyal, very, like, of course not with your animal, but you know what I mean. Dogs are very man's best friends, very loyal, right? And when you think about what you would want in a partner, obviously someone who's very loyal and attentive, okay? And so we're going to talk about your sex life, pile number 1, and that is included in like Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs as part of like the base in the pyramid, looking at like the root chakra and, you know, what do all humans need, right? And it could be just with yourself, or it could be with others, or it could be just touching or hugging, whatever it is. But you know, some type of physical affectionate touch in our lives, whether it's a nice massage or whatever it may be, right? So let's go ahead and look at what Spirit wants to talk to you about your sex life, or just this basic root chakra need in general. Let's see. We have the leap, ecstasy, bliss, and belief. Taking the leap. Okay. So, yeah, forging your own path. Like, this to me kind of reminds me of the Fool card, saying that your path when it comes to the issue of sexuality or sex hasn't been, you know, like everybody else's in a way. And you've had to, you know, there's a lot here that you kind of had to just forge into new territory, I feel. And I'm drawn to this yellow too. It looks like a yellow highlighter in the clouds, like somebody highlighted something with yellow. I'm also seeing the initials T and A here. T and A, right? Tits and ass. Oh, Spirit loves to be funny, pile number 1. Let's see what else we have here. We have friendship and card 22. So maybe there's somebody in your life, like, you know, or, okay, so for those of you that are partnered, you may have like this beautiful friendship with your person, but you know, maybe the sex life needs to be spiced up a little bit, need to try something new. Or for some of you here, maybe there's a friend that you're thinking, I would like to take this further. I wonder if they would, or they're maybe thinking that about you. I'm drawn to the center of this friendship ring right here, because to me, it looks like a pot leaf or like, you know, kind of like loosening up and bonding over something with someone, okay? Like smoking a bowl and kind of bonding with someone about something and having the energy maybe go a little bit further. So friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connections with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. All right, so yeah, and loyalty too. That's the other thing you come to expect from a friend, is loyalty, like I was talking about. We have inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love, okay? And that's with taking the leap, which can be, you know, when you are trying something new, or you're gonna see if something can work out, or you're getting yourself back out there again, or making your needs known to your partner. Like, that can be kind of a fearful time, right? So approaching it with love. A distant kiss and a prayer flag. Wow. I wish all of the wishes that you were here through sunlight and rain. I need you near. Oh my God. Wow, that is beautiful. They're talking about the Tibetan prayer flags here, which I was just thinking about today when I was meditating. I was in the sauna today, and I was listening to some like good morning chanting of Tibetan monks, and I love it, you know, like to just sit there and listen to it. But and I was thinking of the Tibetan prayer flags today, and that I was like, God, I want to go to Tibet, you know, someday. So that's so funny, because I was just thinking of that. But this reading is not about me, pile number 1. It's about you. And this is about like longing for someone to be there with you. It says, I wish of all wishes that you were here throughout the sunlight and the rain. I need you near. Wow, 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 wow. Somebody maybe needs you near, pile number 1. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, sometimes like, you know, when we can have insecurities about our bodies, or, you know, and a lot of times like when if it's not about our bodies, it can be like, you know, love is a scary thing sometimes. It shouldn't be, right? But when you really love someone and want to connect with them, it makes you feel vulnerable, okay? And sometimes it makes you feel like, oh, you know, like you're not good enough, or somebody will reject you, etc. Let's see what else. We have rediscovery. Oh my gosh, look at this little girl. She's so cute. Wow. And I feel like something you guys learned about sexuality or connections or feeling good enough when you were a kid, okay? And what I see here, I see this woman and she's kind of like locked in a box here and, you know, kind of sleeping a little bit and kind of held inside, right? And it's kind of like this inner child, this inner alchemy, this rediscovery of self and like what feels good to you intimately, pile number one. Like, you know, what makes you, like rediscovering yourself too, and what it is that you want and you need, and like how you want to be seen also is what I feel. Okay, and yeah, that's beautiful. Rediscovery of what makes you tick sexually, I feel like, with this inner alchemy, and what's important to you when it comes to sexual intimate relationships, you know, especially if you've had wounding around that in the past. We have, oh, loneliness. Pile number one. I know that I am never alone. Okay, loneliness. Yeah, a distant kiss. So maybe some of you guys have some distance between you and your person, and you guys have a really strong friendship. You really want to take care of one another, or even if you're not like completely distant from them, maybe things have been distant lately, you know, like just feeling kind of alone, even if you have like friends around you, right? Because I see a lot of friends here. Even if you have friends around you, or even if you, but everybody's kind of busy with their own lives, kind of doing their own thing, but you have people around you. But there's this kind of longing, I feel like, in this pile, all right? And I'm drawn to the globe here and how everyone's connected. And it says, I know that I'm never alone, and talking about the need for like affection and physical touch and like holding someone, you know, all of that, right? And somebody I feel like, you know, needs you as much as you need them, pile number one, okay? And this need to kind of rediscover one another. And maybe there's been some divides for those of you that have connections. Maybe you haven't been as intimate lately, or, you know, sometimes when you feel, I know I go through periods when I just don't feel as attractive as I normally do, you know, and because normally I'm fine, like with the way I look and I like how I look, but I'm just sharing with you, pile number one. And then there'll be times when you're just kind of down on yourself, or, you know, and just talking about getting out of that funk and rediscovering, you know, some sexual magic and alchemy, that weaving together of worlds, right? With you and your person, and talking like about of a need to get jiggy with it. Because I see the you know, marijuana leaf, I feel like, in the middle of this friendship card. So you kind of need to relax and get jiggy with it. Even if you don't smoke or anything, it's like, yeah, we need to kind of rediscover one another and relax and be comfortable, right? It's really hard to loosen up and have fun if you feel like somebody's like judging you or judging your body, or, you know, how you look when you do something, right? And talking about leaping into new territory here, we have the moose and wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars. Keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much, okay? And those antlers are just wide and open and receiving. And that's what I feel like I want you guys to be. Pile number one is like wide open and receiving of the energy, okay? With your head and mind able to reach the stars, but your feet on the ground. And when you're taking a big leap here into ecstasy and bliss, like you do need to do that, right? And she looks like she's reaching for the stars, and with her head and her heart, but, you know, keeping those feet on the ground, okay? And you know much to me too, tells me that you know what you need, pile number one. It's just a matter of kind of making it happen. And maybe some of you guys have been lonely for a while. Even if you have a partner, you know, maybe things have just, people have been busy working, especially with this full moon in Virgo. So yeah, just talking about the need to stay open and listen to the wisdom that's coming through. Let's look at this leap card here, number 16. It says, there will come a moment when you feel sublimely and perfectly connected. Wow, right? with sexuality. When the sheer force of the universe is directly linked to your own place of power, your root chakra, right? Within this moment and place, you have alignment where all you wanted becomes all that you are. You are enough, and you truly believe that, and therefore you will move forth in the direction of your soul's greatest desire. I was just thinking of that song by John Legend. All of me loves all of you and all your perfect imperfections and da-da-da. Anyway, I was just thinking of that. Yeah, this time is coming for you, and all you need to do is to remember that you are enough and to open, yeah, you are enough. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo, okay? And open yourself up to the power of the energy that has sought to reach you for so long. A distant kiss and a prayer flag. Through sunlight and rain, I need you near. Oh my God. In this moment, there is no fear, okay? And we talked about here about how, you know, when you react with love, like fear can't take a hold, okay? In this moment, there is no hesitation. In this moment, the inner chatter of the voices of family and society and even the fragmented aspects of ourselves still and step back and let the pure connection between the universe and the fragment of the universe, which is in your soul, rebond, okay? Rebond, yep, rebond, rediscover, find each other again, and reclaim the belief that you are blessed and deserve this wonder. When this card comes, my friend, allow yourself to open up and absorb the power that is yours at this moment. It is time to connect and to take a leap of faith and to know that if the connection is cared for and maintained and believed in, you can fly. It is no great project, nor it is no power in the world that proves to us once again. It is about the experience that proves to us once again that you are a child of the universe and you are beloved. Prepare to have your faith restored for the ecstasy of spirit to move through you once again. I am enough. I am part of the wonder that is the universe, and I am loved. I will wait no longer. Instead, I leap into the embrace of the universe. Wow, pile number one. That's deep for you guys. That's super deep, and I'm drawn to card 22 here, and card 22 is a master number, and I love this distant kiss and a prayer flag, like talking about a really sexual, a sexual connection for you that's very spiritual too, and it's based in friendship, which is wonderful, right? Like that's what we would all want here, I feel like. Let's go ahead and see for my beautiful pile number ones. What does pile number one need root chakra clearing with, please, Spirit? What does pile number one need root chakra? 8 of Cups. Yeah. With this loneliness card, right? And one thing I have to mention to you, pile number one, is this moose looks like he's high. His eyes are all like half closed. He looks baked out of his mind. Anyway, just needed to say that. But it's the loneliness. It's the feeling abandoned, feeling lonely, feeling like and some of you guys may have had experiences with that as a child and are rediscovering how that's affected you now, and maybe some fear, because the root chakra also has to do with sometimes fearing, especially if we need to take a risk. The root chakra will sometimes want to hold us back because it's like, well, we haven't done that before, or that seems different or scary, right? And so talking about fear and loneliness as two things that want to clear from your root chakra right now, pile number one. We have 2 8s. We have the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. So, some confusion about what you need. It's like, I know I don't like it here, or I know this situation doesn't feel good, but what do I do about it? What do I do about it? And I feel like sometimes when you guys maybe get into these feelings of like abandonment or loneliness, etc., or not feeling good enough, or disconnection from your partner, that you, mentally, it affects you mentally. It's almost like it really starts affecting that mental body, because I think you guys are very receptive with these moose, with these antlers coming way out like that, and it kind of draws your mind into the whole thing too. you know, which is just like very confusing. Like, why do I feel this way? What does all this mean, etc.? Yeah, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, you know, discontentment or a sense of like, I better fix this now. If I don't fix this now, it's gonna get worse, right? And for those of you that have partners and you've had disconnected moments, or you've really wanted someone in your life or someone's distant from you and you've worried about this connection, or you've worried about what, you know, is this, because I feel like some of you guys have been alone before, or you've experienced deep loss before, you know, and when it comes to sex and sexuality, like there has to be trust there, you know, like if we're really worried and confused about, okay, I could be like, is this really real? I could be left again, etc. Then, and also too, like feeling, for those of you that are partnered, feeling like something is wrong, Eight of Swords, and being worried about it, but not quite knowing where the feeling comes from, okay? Yeah, so rediscovering where some of these wounds kind of come from, and working through the fear, I feel like for you, pile number one, working through the loneliness and the fear, or a sense of abandonment. Let's see what else here. Let's see what else here. And you know what? I'm drawn to the storm clouds here. It's like feeling like emotionally something's heavy, or that like something's up, or there's kind of a storm of brewing, but you're not quite sure what it is, okay? And could it, you know, especially when it comes to intimacy, if you're in a long-term connection with someone, that can be quite scary, because you're like, okay, well, what is going on here? Like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel lonely, you know? We have the Hierophant and we have the Magus, or the Magician. So, you know, there is some, I feel, outdated attitudes in you, pile number one, that have, you know, kind of impacted maybe your happiness or your sense of, you know, like value or self-worth, or what you bring to the table, or even just old, outdated, traditional values that you were taught when you were younger, or people trying to police your body for some of you too, or tell you like, no, I know what's best for you, or I know what would feel good for you, or I know what is appropriate for you, or I can be the one to show you that, right? Like somebody who was very bossy with you sexually, I feel, or just, for those of you that grew up in like a traditional religious environment or a church that said you have to do things a certain way. You are required to, you know, like your coming of age may have been very repressed in a way with the Hierophant here, because it's like somebody's saying, yo, you can't have the key to this until I say so, okay? And that's, yeah, and you know, when it comes to sexuality, rather than the Hierophant, and I love the Hierophant. I mean, this is my soul card. This is like my life mission card. I mean, I am a number 5 when you add my birthday up, all of that. I mean, I'm not, but in this sense, I feel like the Hierophant is something that's coming down on you like a hammer. And this could be like, and for those of you that are in connections that are having trouble connecting and feeling lonely, kind of stuck in your own world, I feel like this Hierophant is saying like, we have to continue to do things the same way, and we shouldn't switch it up because like we have a certain way of doing things. It's like doing missionary for like over and over, right? It's like, we gotta fucking mix it up here, you know? We gotta take that leap, okay, into ecstasy and bliss. And the Magus here, the Magician, is a lot lighter, okay? Is a lot sexier and a lot lighter, especially in this deck, the Thoth Millennium. This Magician has like, only has a skirt on and nothing else, and not even any shoes on, and or a loincloth, because I guess the Magician is male in this picture. But look at the chiseled abs and the nice, you know, pecs and the chiseled arms and everything. I mean, so much more freedom to like express yourself and have fun and enjoy. And not worry about it, you know? And also with the Magus too coming out, I feel like sex magic, you know, for those of you who are witches out there or identify with that, it's like, you know, old crusty patriarchal religion versus sex magic. Like, which one is more exciting, right? When I see the Magician too, I always think of sex toys and like things that you can do instead of just regular old missionary position, getting very boring and tired and not really connecting. Okay, just kind of like ho-hum, la-ti-da-ti-da, okay? And here talking about how, you know, there is somebody in your life, pile number one, who really wants to be near to you and wants to experience this like lightness of being with you is what I feel, okay? Instead of feeling so encumbered, all right? And yeah, so very interesting energy, pile number one. I hope that that resonated for you. I hope that you were able to get something from the messages there, and really enjoyed reading for you. And I hope to see you again soon, pile number one. Leave me a like, share, or subscribe, or a comment. Actually, always comment, because I love the comments. I love to read them. And we are going to go ahead and move on to pile number two. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Sugilite Alien head, and today's reading is called Root Chakra Clearing Messages. What needs attention in your root chakra, okay? And each pile got a card that has to do with a specific root chakra issue. So we're gonna look at, you know, what spirit would like to draw our attention to in that area when it comes to your root chakra. So let's go ahead and get into it, pile number two. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my wonderful pile number twos. And I'll see you again soon. I don't know why I just said that. And I'll see you again soon, pile number two. Maybe I know you in real life. I don't know. I'll see you again soon, pile number two. Or maybe you said that to someone or you mentioned that, but I was just drawn to say that. And I also saw someone going like this or like that with their hands. So, you know, maybe you were doing something like this with your hands. Like, I don't know what you would do, if you would be like instructing someone or playing cards or cooking or something with your hands, okay? Yeah, gardening, whatever, doing something with your hands or sorting things, I feel like too. Maybe you're sorting things right now, pile number two, like sorting your laundry vigorously. Let's go ahead and get into it and connect into your beautiful energy, pile number two. Let's see, what root chakra issue does spirit want to bring to our attention for you? Ooh, we have money. I think those hands were stacking that money. All right, paying that cash. All right, maybe you've been spending a lot lately. Maybe there's been a lot of expenditures, but we're gonna go ahead and look at money for you guys in pile number two, okay? And that's a root chakra issue because it has to do with, you know, how secure we feel, and like, you know, do we feel like we can do what we love? Do we feel like secure with the amount of money that we're making? Would we like to make more money? Are there things we would like to do to be more abundant? Have we just been on a spending spree? Have we been embroiled in pure capitalism, like buying shit? I know I've gone through periods like that too, where I'm just like shopping like crazy, you know, and whenever I get into those phases, and it's not that often, I'm always like, you know, what's missing in my life that I'm just like shopping, you know? So I don't do that as much anymore, but I definitely used to do that. I used to really spend my money frivolously too, which is not really kind of respecting yourself and your money for the work that you're doing. On the other hand, you know, some of us are very frugal and we don't want to spend 1 cent, even if it would really make us happy to do so, right? So let's look at money for you guys in pile number two and see what root chakra issue is coming up regarding money for you guys, okay? Let's do it, pile number two. We have the crystal path. Maybe you're blowing a lot of money on crystals. We've all been there, pile number two, if that's what you've been up to. But what I see here is also like nature, right? And the crystal path, mineral spirits and crystal beings. So we are going to read this card in a little bit. This is the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And let's go ahead and look at the crystal path. To me, crystals also symbolize like pentacles in the tarot, right? And also the crystal path to me is talking about like, you know, manifesting abundance as well. Oh, you know what's so funny is there's a chakra card in this deck. And it says the only illusion is separation, unity. Okay, so that's another, it was in your guys' tarot deck for your reading. So the only illusion is separation, all right? Separating you from your money. What's separating you from your money? Pile number 2, let's see. We have originality. So for you guys, I kind of feel like this is your life path at work here. And, you know, here's all these little wheels, which to me look like, you know, spokes or like little tiny wheel of fortunes. And I feel like you guys are like brain children over here, like thinking up some new things of, could I make that work? Could I make this work? You know, and you have a lot of originality here. And sometimes I heard this today actually, you know, and it sparked something for me, like, because it was interesting, you know, somebody said like when you're super talented and there's a lot of paths that you could take, you know, and you have a lot that you could do, it's almost like, what do I do, right? And what's going to be the best idea, or what's really going to work for me, right? And, you know, sometimes we pick a path because we think there's a huge monetary reward at the end of it, which oftentimes, you know, there is. I'm also seeing the letter Z here, or like Zephyr, but I'm seeing the initials E and V here too. But you know, and I see like somebody going like this too with their fingers, like just a little bit like that, right? Like just a little bit more going down that crystal path. Let's see what we have. It says the frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment, right? Which is great. It's like, woo, I can do anything. That's so great. I have so many money-making ideas. But, you know, maybe best to pick a path and kind of go down it. We have the Sacred Lotus, compassion in action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. Oh my God, wow. The Sacred Lotus, compassion in action, the chosen tool. What's going to be your chosen tool, right? Because I feel you could be very good at a lot of things, pile number 2, and have quite a bit of many things that you could do, and you do like to express yourself in a very original way, right? I see now the lotus in your jewel. Wow, okay, interesting. Intuition, trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers that you seek, all right? And we have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. So again, I think here with all these options that you guys have, and maybe you're trying to decide, well, do I want to do this project or this project, or what would be more lucrative for me, or what would be, but I also feel like, you know, with this originality, I feel like you guys are like, I don't want to be a sellout, or I don't want to sell myself short, you know, but I want to keep, you know, I want to keep like my originality. I don't want to sell out to anything, which I totally understand, pile number 2, okay? Even for money, we have revolution. Wow, yeah. So this energy of revolution and originality, we could have some Aquariuses here. And to me, this just also tells me, I'm getting that song, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning, the big wheel in the sky keeps on turning, and talk about revolution and cycles. And yeah, I am feeling that Aquarius energy and that unique path here with this diamond crystal path. And I do feel like you guys don't want to be sellouts, all right? Even if you are going to be like making money, and you guys chose the alien head to me, which is also that unique energy that even if you don't have Aquarius, like as your sun, moon, or rising or anything like that, but I feel you guys want to do like, you know, and you may have had a lot on your plate with all this originality and everything, all these projects or every idea going on here. And Spirit is saying, before you decide to dedicate your energy to a specific path, take time for yourself to think about this, and take time to think about, you know, what makes sense for you. And what's interesting to me is that she looks like she's holding a lotus here in this Revolution card. And it says, I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel, okay? The sacred lotus. And to me, it looks like she's holding the lotus, which, you know, like the lotus is born from the mud, right? So started from the bottom, now we're here, right? Pile number 2. And I mean, I think what you're doing is going to give you a lot of, you know, money, okay? And that's a beautiful thing. But I think you guys are also like, you know, there's so many irons in the fire. What do I want to be doing here? And, you know, what do I want? Like, again, with that energy, I just feel like you guys are unique and different. You don't want people controlling your work, or you want to be like, you know, the master of your own realm, which is great, right? Some of you guys, you may have a job offer, or there may be like a big promotion or something ahead, but at the same time, like, you don't want to have to sell out, you know? So I am getting that energy here. We have worry. Yeah, some of you guys could be worried about money too, thinking like, nobody's going to be into my ideas. Like, you know, nobody's going to like what I'm doing, or people are going to not going to pay me, or I'm not going to be paid, all right? And, or worrying about like, did I choose the right path? For some of you that took a different job, or maybe because of money, right? But like, there's some worry here. It says, I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Take time to breathe out. All right, and for those of you that have been experiencing a lack of money, and you feel like people, like you've been trying to draw people's attention to what you're doing, and they've been kind of like sleeping on you, you know what I mean? Like they haven't been paying attention, or they've just been giving you like a teeny bit of validation for what you're doing. Like your intuition knows the path though. Pile number 2 is what I want you to know. And Spirit's saying like, you know, going crazy and worrying. I know it's really hard sometimes, especially when it comes to money, but take time to take a break from this line of thinking, okay? If you've been kind of going over something over and over and over. I'm also seeing like beads right now, or jewelry, or some type of, we could have some small businesses here in this pile too. And obviously with the current environment, it's very hard, like, especially if you do something that makes money, but then you're trying to branch out and do something different, that can bring some anxieties as well, okay? Some insecurities too, I feel. Ooh, we have lion energy and higher calling. So we could have Leo and Aquarius energy in this pile. You have within you, yeah, and when worry comes up, worry, fear, doubt, right? Lion, courage, roar, right? Pile number 2, you have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Look at supportive people that like have your back and are right there with you. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. All right, so some of you guys may be worrying like, if I do this, will it, you know, upset the apple cart with my family or children or partner, right? But it says you will find success and contentment with those by your side. So I do feel people support you, pile number 2. And it's just Spirit is saying, you know, make noble choices for, you know, for your own life and your tribe, okay? Very like integrity driven energy is what I feel here. And let's read this crystal path because I'm interested in that. So let's see this number 14 here, crystal path. There are crystals that connect.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Oh my God. Be quiet, Siri. Whenever that happens, it scares the hell out of me. Pile number 2. I gotta turn Siri on my computer off. It's too messed up. Okay, let's see. The crystal path. There are crystals that connect and communicate. Both those within the earth and those which lie in their stories and in our homes are a part of the greater crystal community. And even while they may be far from their birthplace, they are often called to meetings with origin crystals, which transfer more of their gifts to each of these crystals related to them. So transferring more of their gifts, to me, that's like, you know, buying and selling, transferring more of their gifts. In this way, you are part of a soul family, talking about your tribe, where even when you may not be physically present, you are called in to commune and soak up the energies necessary for your soul on its journey. Each of us is part of a soul group and a family, right? Making the right decisions for your tribe, okay? And when we connect with crystals, we too are becoming part of the crystal soul family, and they become a part of ours. And this is talking about, I feel like, the people, like how you make your money. And it's not just an exchange of, you know, it's just not just an exchange of, it's an exchange of energy, really. And when people buy services from you, pile number 2, or when you're paid, it's like, you know, it's your customers become part of you and you become part of them. It's in the past, for that certain time, intertwine and weave about. You will be called into the masterclass for the soul soon. When you are there, there will be crystals present, charging you with the energy of the crystalline energies that are both of this world and galactic and universal. This crystal path is cared for by those who understand the mineral magic of the earth and know that it connects us to other worlds, other planets, other times, places, and beings. The crystal path is opening up before you. The deepest lessons of those sentient minerals beings are yours to explore now, okay? I am part of a crystal family. I am called home to work with them. A path has been prepared for me to find them, okay? So a path has been prepared for you, pile number 2, your own original path, and following your intuition. And you know, worry is a lot of times, when I think of worry and money, I think of like the 5 of Pentacles, you know, and how it's like, am I gonna be okay? Are my needs gonna be, you know, am I making the right choices for myself and those around me, right? And there may have been a lot on your mind recently with this, pile number 2, and Spirit is saying, you know, when you're going through big changes and big revolutions, make sure that you're taking breaks as well here too, okay? And you're taking time to breathe out. And I feel here too, also appreciate nature, taking time. If you feel like you've been spending a lot of money lately, or you haven't been spending your money wisely, or you're worried about your future path, I also feel like, you know, getting out in nature, yoga, meditation, like these are things that are gonna help calm down that worry that you may have been feeling, okay? And I do feel like this lion here looks a little disheveled, you know, and someone looks like they've been working real hard here and they look kind of frazzled, okay? And yeah, and it's kind of like, and some of you guys may be afraid that if you share what you want to do or what path you want to take or try, like your partner is going to be like, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, we already have so much going on, or we already have, but it says here, like, you will find success and contentment with those by your side, okay? You have the courage to lead your life. And even if one person has to do a little bit more at the time so the other person can work on their dream and things like that, like, it's going to be okay. You're a team, right? And this talks about soul tribe and family here too, okay? And if some of you guys have been experiencing judgment because I feel here like some of you guys may have been experiencing some judgment from the people around you based on how you're going to make your money or your ideas, etc. And you know, just keep in mind, you're very original, pile number 2, and your ideas have merit, and there is a path that has been, you know, laid out for you here, okay? So Spirit wants you to know that. So when it comes to root chakra issues for my pile number 2, Spirit, what does pile number 2 need to know for a root chakra clearing, please? We have the 5 of Cups, yeah. Like, damn. And I see this here, it looks like money going down the drain, you know, to me. And it's like your hard work or your hard energy, what you've put into things. And some of you guys may have had like a moment where there was a big expenditure, or you felt like you didn't get paid for what you did, and that could have caused extreme, sadness for you, is also what I feel. And this sense of worry or just this sense of like feeling like, oh, money is going down the drain, right? The thing that I want is right there. It's almost there. And how much longer is this going to take? I feel like some of you guys may be asking here, what energy and grief, that's what the Five of Cups is about too, is grief. And sometimes it can even, some of you guys, I'm seeing the word hex here too. So some of you guys may have felt like, did somebody put a hex on you when it comes to like your money mojo or your money energy? And if you feel that way, that definitely needs to get cleared from your root chakra. Okay, pile number 2. And let me see what else I get on that. We have the Two of Wands. So here's your originality. Here's your ideas. And, sometimes like we try things and it doesn't always work out the way that we wanted it to. And then we learn a lesson from it. And then we have to pause and kind of gather ourselves up and start again. Okay. But you have confidence in yourself. All right. With this Lion and the Two of Wands, you can see, you have vision. Two of Wands to me is like, it's an Aries card. It's a Mars and Aries card. It's like you have the vision to make this happen. And if it feels like it's going really slow and it's really draining your energy, I want you to keep your eyes focused on the prize. And I also think it's 1 or 2 things. It's not like 7 things, pile number 2, okay? It's like 1 or 2 things. And maybe one that you're kind of leading with, and then another one that's in the background that's there for you, all right? But focus is what I feel, and like not worrying about kind of what happened in the past. Like maybe you did invest in something or you put your money towards something and it didn't go the way you wanted it to, right? But now's the time to, kind of look fear in the face and see the vision, all right? And get focused, I feel. We have Two of Pentacles, so that's 2 twos here. And, we have this whole partnership thing and the whole tribe that we were talking about and the supportive energies that even if it's just in spirit and your guides, right, that the supportive energy. And I feel like for some of you guys, you're like, yeah, like maybe you've been working a job, you've been doing what you need to do in order to pay the bills and make ends meet, but you're not really happy with that anymore. And you really would like to focus on one thing and you wouldn't like to have your energies spread out all over the place. And, the Two of Pentacles talks about like, where like at times we feel like we're growing and then it's like expansion and contraction because it's Jupiter and Capricorn. So it's like expanding and then contraction, expanding. Oh, like I'm so optimistic and things are going well and I can see the path, and then oops, I got to pull it back and focus on this and feeling like, why do I need to have these distractions? I feel like when I have distractions, I'm losing money, and and you're working on balancing these energies, okay? And I do see her expression to me, the root chakra is right here with this pentacle, right? And it's that energy of worry. And I have all these like ideas that are very exciting, but I'm not quite sure, okay? And have confidence, all right? Have confidence in what it is that you choose to do, pile number 2. We have Death or Rebirth, card 13. Okay, so, this sense of like, if I don't get this right, then what's gonna be left over, what's gonna be there for me? And it's this sense of like, if I don't do this, then I also feel like there's this whole thing, like if I don't do this now, it's now or never, kind of a thing here too. And this Death card is coming out on this Lotus card with this sacred lotus. And, the lotus to me is a very scorpionic kind of a flower, or, flower, if you will. So to me, that talks about being like born in the mud and then like coming from the bottom and being scrappy, like working your way to the top. And of course, Scorpio and Taurus are both two signs that are they're opposites in the zodiac, but two signs that have to do with resources and money, right? And Scorpionic energy is more like other people's money and how you're managing other people's money too, or how we talked about in this book about when you are receiving money for the work that you do, how your energy is like entwined in that for that time period too. And I also feel like the work that you guys can do can be very transformative and for other people too. I mean, the work that you do is very powerful. I want you to remember that. We have revolution, we have death, we have originality, we have the Two of Wands, you know, intuition. Maybe some of you actually do work with your intuition to make money, but you know, it's like what the work that you do is extremely powerful. I want you to know that, pile number 2, okay? And you do impact other people's lives with what you do, and there is a unique path for you. And you know, you will be, we go from death to rebirth, so you will be compensated for what you're doing as well, because it is important to me. Like the death Scorpio card is like the death doula, you know. And let's get one more card here for my pile number 2s. Let's see, we have the Hierophant. Okay, I trust and believe that there is, and this is the Scorpio Taurus energy that I was just talking about, right? And this sense of like, will I have what I need, right? And you know, I like this death card because the face of death is really just a beautiful pine tree, it looks like to me, that's growing in the noonday sun. You know, that's not that bad, right? And this is talking about growth, getting past fear, getting past the worry, and hanging tight to your vision, okay? And with the Hierophant here, I feel like you can finally relax, okay, pile number 2? Like take time to breathe out, taking time to relax, okay? Being happy with what we have, being blessed and grateful for what we have, and taking some time to relax after you've done the work, because the work that you do is very transformative. It is very wonderful work. You make a big impact with what you do, okay? And yeah, I now see the lotus in spirits in your jewel, all right, pile number 2. And finally, it's like I can relax and enjoy my life. I don't have to worry so much, okay? And the Hierophant too is about being very grounded and rooted and feeling safe, and feeling like the sky's the limit, you know? And I'm so happy I'm doing what I love is what I feel, okay, pile number 2? So I hope that you enjoyed your reading. I hope that helped you clear some energy, some worry and fear from that root chakra, and helped you get more into that whole, like, I have what I need and everything is good, okay, pile number 2? So thank you so much, and do leave me a comment if you wish, and hope to see you again real soon. Take care. Let's go ahead and move into pile number 3. Okay. Spirits, angels, and guides, please clear my energy from the prior 2 piles and let me dive fully into beautiful pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Snakeskin Jasper, and I got this Snakeskin Jasper very recently at a metaphysical shop in Austin, Texas. It's really cool. I haven't used it as a reading yet, so you guys are my first pile to pick this in a reading. So welcome in pile number 3. And today's reading is called Root Chakra Clearing, and what needs attention in your root chakra so that we can clear that energy out for you. And it's 8:11 on my clock right now. I started I started the reading around 7-11, which I love. I love all the 11 numbers, like 9-11, 8-11, 7-11. I love those numbers. Anyway, just wanted to tell you, pile number 3. But we're going to look at, as far as each pile got a separate card for a separate root chakra issue, talking about, you know, what needs to be cleared in your life right now when it comes to your root chakra, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. I feel like right now my brain like wants to go off in a lot of different directions, so I do think focus is important for you, pile number 3. Now let's go ahead and see here. I'm also getting turtles, like Spirit is showing me a turtle or turtles in general, okay? And turtles take their time. They certainly do, you know? They always get to their destination. I mean, it takes some time, but there's a lot of focus and determination to get there. And they're cute too. They're super cute. So let's go ahead. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 3s. And please and thank you. All right, if some of you guys find like a little turtle pendant or keychain or see a sign with it or anything like that coming up soon, like, no, this reading was for you. Let's see what else will Spirit give me when it comes to animals. Spirit is also showing me the beaver, the busy beaver, okay? Let's see what else. Is there a type of bird called cotton feather or cottontail? Because I'm also getting that. Cotton feather or cottontail. Or maybe that's a type of pillow or something. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm also getting the tea names right here too. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and look at, for pile number 3, what root chakra issue should they focus on? Wow. Food and daily habits. Okay. So the turtle, the beaver, the bird, we were looking at things, right? So a lot of those things like turtles, beavers, well, beavers I think kind of eat a lot, right? With wood, I think, or chomping down with their teeth, right? But turtles, I'm thinking they don't eat that much, all right? But yeah, food and daily habits, okay? Let's take a look at what's going on, because of course how we nourish ourselves and our daily routines and our daily habits, those are, to me, are all like root chakra stuff. Of course, with daily habits too, the beaver is also, to me, like Virgo energy. It's like busy beaver, and to me that reminds me of Virgo. And of course the 6th house in astrology is our daily habits and our routines and what we do. And our food, you know, how we nourish ourselves. Also the intestines ruled by Virgo. And then Cancer energy too, with food and what we're taking in. So how we nourish ourselves. So let's go ahead and see, for my beautiful pile number 3s, why is this important for pile number 3 to focus on right now? We have the dolphin collar, pure, joyful friendship, loving help. Okay, so kind of feeling like, to me, this is also hermit energy, like standing all out there on your own and kind of being like, is there anybody else out there? You know, and maybe needing someone to help you with some of this too, right? Like you can always have like a coach or a nutritionist. I mean, not all of us can afford that, right? But you know, sometimes we need someone in our life to kind of show us like, hey, like there's a better way, you know, or just even something that someone says, or you know, it's like we don't have to go it alone when we're trying to deal with some of these. And you know, it's really funny, with my boyfriend and I, we have this game called Accountability Lovers, where like if I go to the gym, I'll text him and I'll be like, I'm at the gym, right? Or we'll make the plan the night before, even if we're not, you know, like he lives in a different city about 2 hours from me. And so we'll do a thing where in the morning, it's like at night we say, okay, we're going to the gym. And then in the morning, it's like we have to text each other and say, hey, I'm at the gym, right? So having some accountability too, like I'm not out there on my own trying to kind of figure this whole thing out. And I might need some really good help too. Also the 6th house, Virgo energy, like having good people who can actually help guide you, whether it's a friend or whoever, or even just someone who can, like I said, be an accountability partner with you. We have awareness and number 11. So, you know, how you tick and how you operate is important, pile number 3. And, you know, what gives you like optimal functionality when it comes to your emotional health and your mental health, I feel like, and also your ability to kind of get things done during the day and be at prime, you know, mental capacity is something Spirit is wanting to draw your attention to, like your food habits and your daily living habits, such as, you know, the amount of sleep, the amount of water, when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed, how you structure your day. Like Spirit wants you to bring more awareness to this for you. And with the turtle, what I was getting, some of you guys may need to slow down a little bit too. If you're like forcing yourself to kind of do things during the day and maybe needing to kind of take it down a notch, all right, with this dolphin collar, like pure and joyful, loving help, okay, to help gain awareness about some of these issues, because these are things that are like food and daily habits, like they're things that like discipline can usually kind of help with, but it's not the most fun. So having someone to kind of be accountable with you is good. We have courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination and discipline, okay? So strength and determination is needed. It says the energy of awareness supports our capacity to focus our attention. Yeah, I was getting that energy of needing to focus on all aspects of a multi-dimensional world so that we create a reality that we truly choose, right? Instead of just being like, well, I guess I'll do this or I'll do that, or, you know, and we all had that like with the pandemic. I feel like all of our like days have been unstructured, you know, and kind of had getting more muscle behind our routines and what we're doing every day. We have palmistry. Oh, so the energy of reading palms. Fortune and Tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. All right, so this awareness, for those of you that do any type of intuitive work, even your own practice, like having more awareness around your daily habits and what energy you're calling into your life every day is going to help you, you know, be better with your intuition and help you listen more intuitively to what you need, okay? And talking about the palm lines from birth, maybe some habits that you've had for a really long time, or even just things genetically that you need to kind of have some awareness about, I feel, pile number 3, with regard to your daily habits, which could be impacting your root chakra, okay? And, you know, it's hard to have courage and go out and tackle the day when we're like really exhausted or tired, or when we ate like 10 Twinkies the night before, you know, it can be like, okay, you know, a little hard. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon, okay? So having faith, and to me, this also talks about Pisces, right? The dolphin collar, having faith in your dreams. And, you know, Pisces are very sensitive, right? To like what you put in your body and, you know, getting enough water and all of that, and like food sensitivities or food allergies or things that you may not be totally aware of, but are genetic in fact, or even like autoimmune diseases and things like that, which cause us to have a lot more awareness about, you know, and study and learn like the hermit, okay, in a way, and also like courage and determination to sort of understand what's happening. All right, we have fortitude. Wow. This reminds me of the Emperor in the tarot, and talking about how, you know, like you are there's a side of you, pile number 3, that's very dreamy and, you know, like head in the clouds or dreamy, which is beautiful. Like that's a beautiful side of you, but because you do have that side, especially for those of you that work with intuition, or you've been processing a lot of trauma, whatever it is, pile number 3, you know, there's something here about a steady, healthy diet, I feel too. And I'm seeing the letter L here as well. And I'm seeing an I with a heart. And I feel like this is kind of like the Emperor energy, this fortitude, right? This determination to kind of keep going. And also I feel like too, if you're setting a new routine for yourself or you're holding yourself to a new standard, it does take courage and fortitude. And it does help to have like an accountability partner as well too, if you're trying to do that. And you know, if you fall off the wagon, like there's no time like the present, right? Like if I have a bad day of eating, I'm like, okay, like I am just going to pick myself back up and start again the next day. All right. Fortitude. And yeah, interesting. And I feel here too also an awareness about how maybe some of you do have a lot of fortitude and you are very determined when you decide to do something. But on the other hand, this can work against you too when you get a little too stuck in your ways, especially if it's something you need to change up. Okay, so kind of balancing that energy between like spacey, dreamy, enjoying, no schedule, everything's all good, versus regimented routines that cannot be ever broken. All right, we have friendship here. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. And interesting. So there may be somebody in your life, pile number 3, that doesn't have good habits or doesn't encourage you in the right way. And you really have to have a lot of fortitude to kind of, you know, but I also feel supportive here. Like I love this purple and I love this pattern. And again, as I was talking about accountability lovers or accountability friends, right? Like the people around you and how they help support you in what you're doing, and also help like call you out a little bit if you go off stray, okay, off path. We have polar bear, mystic. Know that the challenges make you stronger. Have faith, right? Have faith in your dreams. Have faith when you face adversity, fortitude, all right? Have faith when you face that. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Yeah, that's like the Pisces energy, the dreamy energy. Embrace your psychic abilities. We have tarot and fortune and palmistry and all kinds of divination here, okay? Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. All right, wonderful. The polar bear. So much, we have like the bear and fortitude and, you know, the elk and the wolf and the cougar and the falcon. I feel like we just, you know, we've got all of that here. We've got a lot of animals here, a lot of animal totem guides, and, you know, people I feel who are, for some of you guys, you know, are the people in your life, like lovers, friends, family, etc., are they supporting what you want to do? Like if you tell them, hey, I want to try to do this, are they supporting you in that? I feel they will, all right? Yeah, and you're a mystic, it looks like here. You're the dolphin caller, and you're a mystic, pile number 3. So you really need to take care of your physical avatar, all right? And it's gonna help build fortitude so that you're not so susceptible, because a lot of times people that are like, you know, like for instance, I keep bringing up my boyfriend in this reading, but he has a ton of planets in the 12th house, and every night he has to ground himself outside, which is great because, you know, he doesn't have a lot of earth in his chart. And you know, maybe that's why he's with me, the Taurus, right? But you know, talking about like grounding yourself to build up that fortitude and strength, which is, you know, that's a root chakra thing. So let's see, when it comes to food and daily habits, what energy needs to be cleared here for pile number 3? What energy needs to be cleared? We have the 3 of Wands. And again, to me, this looks like the dolphin collar standing out here. Am I just doing this myself, right? Because this is a Sun and Aries card. So it's a very independent card. It's very Aries, fortitude, driving, and all of that. But, you know, it's nicer to have kind of someone there to help support you and help make you aware of what's going on. And yeah, so let's see what else. What energy needs to clear here for my pile number 3 for root chakra? We have 2 of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles came up for pile number 2 as well. So feeling like you can't just, maybe like you have the best of intentions, but then when it actually gets going in your day, you're finding that you may be having to make like some sacrifices, or saying, well, I wanted to go to the gym, or well, I wanted to make myself a healthy dinner or drink more water, but I just didn't have time and the day got away from me and I got too busy. And, starting off with the best of intentions with the 3 of Wands, like, but then kind of like the day got away from me, or I set this, this to me looks like starting your mornings off in a very strong way, but then when it gets a little bit into the day, it's like getting a little bit like derailed by certain things, and just going, well, I guess I don't know, I had this, I wanted, that's where like accountability comes into play, right? That I was talking about. Let's go ahead and see what else. What energy, like wishy-washy energy, I feel pile number 3 needs to kind of clear out from your root chakra. Let's see what else here. We have the Knight of Swords. So there's your accountability partner coming in to say, hey, did you, or here comes that friend or whoever is there in your life to tell you, hey, did you make sure to do what you said you were going to do this morning? Or did you get distracted? Were you multitasking? Did you let yourself, did your day get interrupted again? And here's a lot of interruptions, I feel like, too, with the Knight of Swords coming at you as well. Like just interruptions or intrusive thoughts or things that have to get done. And, oh, I didn't think about that. And holy shit, I better drop everything and do this, right? And it kind of like takes you, like you set the day with such a pure intention, pile number 3, but then it's like, okay, and becoming aware of this pattern of how interruptions actually kind of knock you off your course sometimes, and also how important it could be to have that person who can kind of check in on you and be like, hey, how's it going, We have Page of Wands here. So, you guys go from like the 3 of Wands, like, yeah, starting off strong, to kind of like, well, maybe I can have that extra, 3rd beer, or maybe I should just have that glass of wine. It is Friday after all, right? I also think this is like, the Knight of Wands could also be like peer pressure coming at you. And you're being like, okay, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Like, you're supposed to have fun in life. Like, if I award myself this small little thing, like, what's the big deal, right? And I'm supposed to be having fun in life, right? I can't just be serious all the time. I feel like, just being aware of this, pile number 3. Let's go ahead. And so this kind of like, well, I had my path set and I was determined and I knew what I was going to do and I had everything laid out, best laid plans. And then all these, things came rushing at me. And now I'm back to saying, you know what, tomorrow, I'll start tomorrow instead. I'll start tomorrow. I'll get it going tomorrow, right? And the Knight of Swords too is kind of impulsive too as well. But I also feel like if you guys feel like you've been doing too much or multitasking too much, or you went off track because people interrupted or whatever, I feel like too with this Page of Wands, like it's never too late. Like I said, you can always reset. But there might be kind of a lot of resets going on, which talks about, having, kind of getting some fortitude around it. Let's see, one more card here for pile number 3, root chakra clearing. Also too, I feel with this Page of Swords, like not beating yourself up if you go off track, okay? But trying to kind of hold the line a little bit more. Let's see what else. We have Temperance. There you go. There you go. Okay, and the Fool's on the bottom of the deck, tempting you, pile number 3. Hey, this looks fun. Or, hey, let's eat this whole bag of hot Cheeto chips and have like 10 chocolate bars. Or, hey, like, let's randomly go do this even though we had that planned, right? Like, I feel like you guys may always have some type of pull like that in a way. And maybe you have some friends around you that are very fun and, you know, or like, and some of you guys with this Page of Wands and friendships, they mean well. I feel like the friends or your lover or whoever this is, they mean well. They just, you know, they get excited about things, okay? And sometimes like you guys are Temperance, okay? That's like your final advice here. I think if you guys try to like go too hard and not allow yourself anything, it may be a bit much and it may feel a little bit dull. So again, with Temperance, it's all about, you know, temperate kind of energy. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just right. We're finding the balance between how much is enough, you know, and what actually works for you, right? Because you're coming through as a mystic polar bear and a dolphin collar, and you're coming off here as being, you know, very like encouraged too. Like you really do set goals for yourself, I feel, pile number 3, but is a lot of distracting energy. So you end up kind of at square one. And this is just saying like, it's great to set, you know, really crazy goals and do all of that. But at the same time, like try to, maybe we'll have a little bit better luck here if we don't go so hard, if we take like one step at a time, right? And also stay peaceful during your day, right? It's like, I'm committing to doing this one thing and this is what I need to get done today, and then whatever else could come, but like I'm doing what I'm doing, okay? And also having routines that feel good to you too, that aren't just like completely demanding on you, is what I feel, pile number 3. So what an interesting, yeah, finding some balance with all of this, okay? So not too much, not too little. Like we're not, you know, we're not drill sergeants in an army getting screamed at, but we're also not just, you know, eating 10 little Debbie cakes and passing out with 5 bottles of vodka either, okay? All right, pile number 3. So we'll find that balance, won't we, with Temperance, all right? We'll feel good and do good. So let's go ahead and move it. I feel like your guys' is pile number 3, like, you know, I needed that message as much as you did, okay? So let's go ahead and move into the 4th pile. Let's go ahead and do it. Pile number 4, welcome to your reading. You have the Bloodstone Pyramid, and today's reading is about root chakra clearing. And we're looking at what needs attention in your root chakra, okay? And every pile got a item associated with the root chakra that we're gonna look at in detail for you, talking about what we need to work on for you guys in pile number 4, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the wonderful energy of my beautiful pile number 4s. Clear my energy from the previous readings, and let's go ahead and channel it in, please, and thank you. I'm feeling like connected to my desires. I'm feeling like peaceful, pile number 4. Let's go ahead and see what you got here. You guys got community and belonging, and it kind of came out backwards, which is interesting because pile number 1 also came out that way too. And if you're thinking about a pyramid of needs and, you know, like Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you know, belonging was like second after like basic survival needs. But as I talked about in the beginning of the reading, in today's society, like we need community and belonging more than ever. So maybe some of you guys have been deep in hermit phases, or you just kind of haven't wanted to be available or forge those bonds right now for whatever reason, or they've just been unavailable to you as well. So we're going to look at community and belonging, and when it comes to your root chakra, feeling like you're based in the world and the way that is like most satisfying to you. Okay, pile number 4. So let's see what's going on with this community and belonging. We have mountain lights. light beings, portals, and subtle energies, okay? With mountain too here, we could have some Capricorns in this reading, I feel too, but mountain lights. So talking about, I feel like for some of you guys, and with mountains and kind of like, you know, it can be kind of like a cold, like desolate kind of landscape. It doesn't feel very lonely to me though, looking at this. I think some of you, maybe I'm getting like the energy too of like spiritual pilgrimage or the need to kind of go within here. And also too, like with subtle energies and light beings and portals. Also, some of you guys could just be going through some very like active downloads and connecting to your guides and all of that. And you may think, well, people aren't really going to understand that. So I'm just going to kind of keep, you know, it's a beautiful landscape. I feel like pile number 4, like this mountain lights, very beautiful. We're going to read this card in more detail. Let's see what else we have. We have joy in card number 28. The energy of joy activates our feelings of happiness and well-being and supports high vibrational frequency in our being. So I feel like some of you guys have been kind of stripping down your life in a way, like stripping down your beliefs, stripping down your life. And you may have been in this energy of quest and discovery. And it's not like you've been without joy. I do feel like you've had joy, but I also feel like there's more, you know, letting others into that, letting others be a part of that, pile number 4, and kind of opening it up. And it was so funny today. I was on this Zoom. It was like this Zoom class that I'm taking, and I was like, I'm not going to put myself on camera. And then I was like, you know, I am going to put myself on camera, because what if my presence on camera like makes somebody happy today? You know, I just had that thought because I was like, I don't know if I want to put myself on camera. But I had chosen this really interesting background. It looked like I was sitting in a garden and I was wearing like a funky blue shirt, dress thing. And I was like, what if my appearance, or what if seeing me makes somebody smile, you know? Like, why would I not like share that energy with others, right? And that's what I'm getting here with this joy card. Very interesting. We have offerings, right? And I love this picture of this. It looks like a Buddha meditating here and talking about this, like I said, spiritual pilgrimage, this energy. Offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Share more than expected and see love come around. Pass this card on. Pay it forward, right? And offering, you know, the world the beautiful experience of seeing you and knowing you, because who knows, maybe just your presence brought somebody joy today. And I think we forget that at times. We get isolated and we forget that like simply our presence and showing up is an offering towards others. Okay, beautiful. Truth. See your light, know your power. Have the courage to walk your truth. Okay. And you know, sometimes like for those of you that have been on kind of a hermit journey, or you've been walking in truth and you've needed time alone for this and you haven't really wanted a whole bunch of other people influencing you. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. And like your truth is your truth. Pile number 4 for sure. You know, with this joy energy in Sagittarius though, it's like Capricorn and Sagittarius going from, you know, Capricorn to Sagittarius here. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So to me, this is like you guys in pile number 4, like, you know, making new connections, bringing joy to other people because they can see you. And, you know, if you've had in the past, if you felt judged because of what you believe or of who you are, like, you know, a lot of us that are in the metaphysical community, we have that experience of being outcasts and people not really understanding us or thinking that people won't understand us, right? And I see here an opportunity to really connect, pile number 4, okay? And in a fun way that's very joyful, not something that's like draining and fucked up, okay? And we have perception here. Interesting. So some of you guys maybe like, you know, it's so funny because a while ago I had a friend, like she always thought that when people met her that they hated her. And I was like, why would you think that? You know, like, because when I met her, I genuinely liked her. I thought she was a very likable person with many friends, you know, and I was like, why would you think that? It's so funny to me. Or she would assume that people were like thinking badly of her or talking badly of her. You know, often our perception of like what we think it's gonna be isn't what it actually is, you know? So again, perception, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And today, maybe your joyful presence will bring somebody a lot of happiness. Okay. We have service. I feel good when I can help others. Yeah. A lot of people who are, you know, really want to help others and they spend a lot of time in service, but they, you know, even like readers like myself, for instance, I spend a lot of time doing readings. I always feel called to do readings and to give offerings to others. But, you know, sometimes like we can't always be on the job, you know, we can't always be, you know, holed up in our cave on our spiritual path. Sometimes we have to like not just serve others, but be with others and let them be in our presence, and they can bring us joy and good luck as well. Okay. And, yeah, very interesting energy, pile number 4. We have deer and love. Oh, you're so love. You're a deer. Look at this. Look at these little birdies here, like looking at you, pile number 4. Like, we just want to see pile number 4, you know. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace, okay? A lot of times when we're in service to other people, we think unless we're being like totally in service and helping people all the time, like that's our ticket to belonging. And if we're not doing that, we don't have any value, right? And that's hard for people sometimes, and it can really diminish our joy and make us feel like we need to like either be serving people or be in our own little caves, right? And it says, acknowledge your self-worth and grace, okay? And your offerings of love and sharing with others in service, okay? And not just with what you do or what you can do for people, such as validate them, witness them, provide services to them, etc., but also just in your presence of simply being there, that you might actually bring joy. Okay, pile number 4. So yeah, that's truly the energy of love, isn't it? Okay, and I know you guys in pile number 4, you have a service heart, you have many offerings, and you bring a lot of joy to others, but you know, you should also have joy yourself, okay? So let's go ahead and see. Actually, before we do that, I wanted to read this 29 mountain lights here. And, okay, so it says, the in-between places, the beings of hidden worlds can make their way into the world of this planet through portals. They come in simple forms of light, offering, right? Offering energy to the natural world in this time of change on our planet, services, okay? They assist all who care for the planet and who wish to be part of her evolution. You who see this image now are a part of the collective chosen to do the work that has seen this planet survive more than one time of great danger, right? You're a community of also people who are truth seekers, who are here in service, as well, who are here making offerings of love. Like, these are the people to connect with, pile number 4, okay? You need only hold space for love, for vibrational energy, which is pure and high, to maintain peace and calm in your own self, which will have a soothing effect on all of those around you. Yeah, your presence is a joy. This is no complacent peacekeeping, nor it is ignoring the crisis Mother Earth now faces. It is to hold a space in which hope can be kept alive so the beings of light can continue to come through the sacred places, the portals of the hidden world, and to make their way to the trees and the animals and the planet and the waterways, through the air and deep into the very clay of the earth. That's total root chakra stuff right there. Gaia, Mother Earth, to help purify her, heal her, and sustain her. Hold this loving light energy within yourself, all right? Aligning to a community that also cares about the earth in the way that you do. I feel, pile number 4. Okay, hold this loving light energy within yourself. Speak from the heart. Keep kindness close to you. Show the way through being the alternative. Yeah, you are the alternative. I was talking about feeling like left out or being the alternative, but this is what you're meant to be. Break the chains of anger and sadness that seek to enslave your spirit to overwhelm you. At this time, let lightness be the way. Yeah, joy and luck, let that be the way. Have a soft touch, a kind gaze, and a warm heart, and keep the pathways alive for the light to do her sacred work. Light workers assist in keeping open the pathways for light beings to help heal this planet. Keep the living light inside you alive, all right, by connecting to others as well who are doing this same work. You know, light workers, sometimes it's hard for us to find a sense of community and belonging because there's so much that happens on this planet. And, sometimes you feel like a need to kind of withdraw to do your spiritual work, all of that. But, your simple, our simple presence can actually bring joy. And for everyone too, not just light workers, but for everyone. So let's see. What root chakra clearing is needed for pile number 4 right now, Spirit? The Magician. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So if there's been with this mountain energy, if there's been stuff that's been you've been doing your spiritual path and it's been challenging and things have been kind of buried deep in there, this energy of lightness and joy, lightening it up, all right? And truth with the Magician, Mercury, truth, speaking truth, offerings, magical offerings of love, service, all right, with the Magician. And, a lot of times, magicians, we feel like they operate, singularly or by themselves, right? Because, the 4 teachings of the Magician are to will, to know, to will, to dare, and to keep silent, right? Those are the 4 pillars of the Magician, right? And so a lot of times we feel like it's a number 1, it's a solitary journey, right? But and sometimes it is. I'm not gonna lie, pile number 4, sometimes it is. It's the truth. But I also feel like your perception may be that you have to walk this path alone unless you're being of service to others. You can't just have just normal, you know what I mean? If everything has to be a service or an offering, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's also can it just be can it just be something fun or joyful or more simple, right? And let's see what else. What root chakra energy needs to be cleared for pile number 4? We have the Queen of Cups. Oh my God, of course you guys are my empaths, my people that are out here, clearing the mountain of all the energies so that the light portals can come through, as above, so below. Of course, you are in service to humanity, and you may have a perception that unless you're doing this service, you don't belong, or that, but again, I feel it says here your self-worth and your grace, okay, pile number 4. So I want you to focus on that, because your root chakra is very powerful, and you are a very powerful light worker, magician, psychic, whatever it is that you do, whatever healing you bring to others is incredibly important, and you do have quite powerful offerings to bring into this world. But you need to be loved too, you need to be held and loved too, and witnessed too. Okay, pile number 4. Let's see what else. What energy needs to clear? Here we have the 8, of course, the 8 of Pentacles, right? Service, work, prudence, all right? Prudence, come out and play type of energy. I feel like when it's your turn to kind of receive love, you guys are oh, I should just be working or in my cave kind of doing my work. And especially if there are people in your life that want to love you or give to you, or nurture you or be there for you, and you guys are kind of like, I need to just keep working, I need to keep going. All right, so, you know, don't turn your back on love is something I would say here. I know you're not going to. We have this love card and the deer. So I do feel there's somebody particularly in your life, or there will be soon, pile number 4, who wants to help nurture you for once, okay? And wants to bring you some beautiful things in your life, right? So don't miss the boat by just only focusing on service. It's a beautiful thing to focus on service, you know, but you need love too, all right? So let's see what needs to be cleared from. It's also like people will only love me and I only have value if I'm working for them, okay? Which is hard. Yeah, we have the King of Pentacles here. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like some of you guys are like telling yourself like, this is what I need to do, or this is what I've been taught to do, or this is, you know, this is what I'm here to do, or this is how I have to be responsible or be held accountable for what I'm doing on this planet, right? Very high expectations for yourself, very like serious and high expectations. Some of you guys may have had, you know, a father or a person in your life that put a lot of value on work or service, or like that was the only thing, right? And that love wasn't as important, or was something that you could do after you'd already like gained all the material riches, or you've done all your work, etc. And it's like, where's the joy, right? Where's the fun with the new moon in Sagittarius? And yeah, so you guys might have grown up like that, or had that idea implanted where it was like, I've got to like really, really dig in here, and I need to provide for my family, or I need to be the provider, and I need to work, and, you know, what I have to do gives value, but that's like really my only value, you know, and just the joy is kind of like missing, you know. I feel like do we work to live, or do we live to work, you know, like, and both are not good in my opinion. Like, working to live sucks because it's like feeling trapped, right? And living to work also sucks too, because it's
I'm
like,
not sure I understand.
that's my Siri. Oh my God, Siri, be quiet. That's the second time it came out in this reading. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a sign. Like, yeah, if you guys are not understanding this, I know you do though. I know you understand what I'm saying, but I feel like, you know, like, where's the magic? Where's the love? Where's the excitement, right? If we're just so busy, only focused on, I'm here to serve and do my work, right? And I must do that because I have responsibilities that I need to take care of. And, you know, the King of Pentacles is also Virgo, and it also grabs the last decan of Leo too. So it's like, this is what I'm supposed to do. You know, this is the role I need to fill, right? And, you know, missing out on some of the good stuff because being too engrossed in this is what I have to do, right? And having that mindset and missing out on some good stuff, you know, with the Magician and the Queen of Cups, missing out on some legitimate good stuff. And some good luck too with the Magician and the Queen of Cups. Some good people gonna come into your life, I feel. Pile number 4. What else here as far as root chakra clearing? We have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. And the 2 of Pentacles has been coming up for every single pile too. Talking about, you know, those trade-offs that we make for our survival, right? Like, okay, I guess I have to do this, so I will, but at the expense of whatever, right? And, you know, I think the whole thing is like, the 5 of Pentacles to me is very much like living kind of empty, or living like a pauper, or having a fear of living like a pauper. And so we just throw everything we have into our work, right? But at the end of the day, it's like life is losing some of its meaning, I feel, here with this 5 of Pentacles, and also another snowy landscape, right? And even if you can get away from it all, like, what do you do during that time? Is what I feel. And the Five of Pentacles to me also feels kind of lonely in a way too. It's like everybody else is having fun inside of here and together, and you know, whoever else is out here in the snow kind of going it alone, you know, and that feels kind of sad to me, pile number 4. And I do feel like there's some sadness, and maybe some sadness and overburdened sense of responsibility that needs clearing from your root chakra, okay? So that you don't miss out on the magic and all the love that's trying to break through for you. And it's not like you can ever miss out on it anyway, because it will always, you know, it'll always be there for you. You know, you're very blessed in the universe is what I feel. And the joy train is not left the building yet. Like, you can still jump on it. Okay, pile number 4. So those are your messages that I'm getting for you. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, my loves. And do leave me a comment, like, share, subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon, everybody. Take care.